What's going on, guys? It's Farce Gaming DCUO here, or Rainbow Farce, whatever you want to call me. Today I'm bringing you guys another Ice DPS video. I know this may seem a little soon, but you know, I've been like I said, I was going to try to improve the loadout a little bit more, and after a few tests and like watching other people do things, it kind of made sense for me to like go in this direction. So what I've been observing lately is that a lot of nature DPSs and electric DPSs are doing they're doing a lot of damage, and I thought to myself, what do they have that I don't have? I know it's not burst, because the burst, it takes a long time to do. So I thought about this. I took this power out because it takes so long to cast, and when you hit, it doesn't really hit as hard as, say, an Arctic Gust. An Arctic Gust will probably hit more than that. I'm gonna go into combat chat to show you guys. So what I did was I just said they have a lot of dots. They have a lot of damage over time, things that I see them stack on, and I was like, maybe I could try to get as many dots as I can on one enemy, and then try to see if I could Arctic Gust and see how far that would get me. So what I did was I took out reflection, because reflection only does damage when ads hit you, as opposed to some of the abilities I'm going to explain to you right now. They do damage regardless if the enemy is hitting you or not. So let me just go over the loadout. I'm spec the same way. I haven't changed anything. Super powered, everything in here, and your might and power. No iconic powers, super speed. I did put 1 point into rifle because I did buy a rifle to work with this loadout because it has splash damage. So get a rifle if you can. The loadout I'm working with right now, the new loadout that I kind of been like using lately, Wintry Tempest, Cold Snap, Bitter Winds, Resonating Gale, Ice Elemental of course, and Arctic Gust. So none of these powers can be clipped. None of them can be clipped. But that doesn't matter. You don't care about that. Now let me show you why. So you're going to come over here and you're going to do this. You're just going to use all of them in order. And when you see that, Resonating Gale has a really fast cooldown, if you just noticed. But it adds 4 ticks. You're going to be hitting them for 4 ticks. 4 ticks instead of your just normal 1 I had in my old previous loadout. The 1 tick that I had was just this. This was the only tick I had in that old loadout. So if you're using 4 ticks, you're most likely going to be doing more, like 3 times as more damage automatically. So what I do after I kind of clip all those things, you'll see that I refresh it. So I'll go over here, do like this, do like this. Do not do like this, and I'll shoot my weapon once and then go to Arctic Gust. See, Resonating Gale has the cooldown. Use Resonating Gale, weapon, Arctic Gust. Resonating cooldown until everything's done, and then you reset. So I found that this way you can always be doing damage, and since the ads and bosses aren't dying as fast as they used to, you'll have time to put this back up again and this back up again and do this and do this and do all this other stuff. You'll have time to do it. It's not like you're going to have a mental going in there one-shot and everything so that you don't have time to do it. Although I do have to say Gorilla Form is kind of mental. But that's probably going to get patched soon anyways. That's besides the point. And you literally do a lot of damage that way. And it's consistent. And I feel like that's what this is kind of aiming toward. Consistency. If you want to use your Ice Elemental on a boss or something, you go over here, you do like this. Don't use Resonating Gale. Use this, then you go into Resonating Gale. You use it. It took a while for me to load in, but you use it as you're in here. Ice Demon, refresh. And you'll get a lot of damage out that way. So it's kind of weird, but it makes sense. Burst loadouts, they're not the way to go. Sadly, we have moved on. we've not sadly, but like we've moved on from the era where you just did something and you saw a big number and you were like, wow, that did a lot. That's just not going to work. And this power right here it's just to, like, you either do a lot of damage or you don't do a lot of damage, so you can't really rely on it. It's kind of like a mass detonation from AM. Mass detonation got nerfed because it used to crit so much, and when it didn't crit, it was just so weak. And it's the same way. If you crit, you get a decent number, but if you don't, you get number that you can just get by using like Arctic Gust. I'm pretty sure Arctic Gust could probably add up to that if it were to crit every time. But I guess that's it for this loadout. Like I said, I've already went over my mods. Oh, I did change my mods up a little bit. I did get the supercharged out Ice Elemental 3, and I did get Restorative Wintry Tempest. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and get you those. And yeah, that's pretty much the loadout I'm using right now. Sorry, I did change it up. It will go Wintry Tempest, Cold Snap, Bitter Winds, Resonating Gale, Ice Elemental, and Arctic Gust. And that way you can always be doing consistent damage, and you'll notice that you're doing a lot more damage than trying to wait for a big burst to come through. So yeah, try it out. Let me know what you guys think.